What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Now I'm here to talk about Raising Kanan, episode 2. Now, y'all, I know I didn't review episode 1, but going forth, I'm going to review every single episode of this series. I'm going to just say this. Power has produced some of the dopest spin-off series that I've seen thus far from a show. We haven't seen a popular show, make a whole bunch of spin-off series. But I love Power Book 2 Ghost, and I'm loving Raising Kanan so far. Courtney Kemp and 50, the writing on these series is immaculate. And I say that because even when Power Book 2 Ghost came out, I was doubting immensely if I would ever be intrigued in Tariq as a character enough to really be really watching the series based upon him. I'm like, man, I ain't really interested in dude like that. I couldn't stand him in the original Power series. He made me hate dude. I couldn't stand him. Power made you really hate Tariq. But the way his character did a complete 180 and mostly everybody was rooting for him and really looking like, damn, man, he a young ghost. He really his father for real. Like, we really were marveled and intrigued with him in Power Book 2 Ghost. So I'm like, damn, that's some great writing for real. Like, I know 50 probably don't do the writing. He's an executive producer, so I know he has some input, may have done some little things and suggested many things about the show. It really, look, at the end of it, when they had Tariq leaning on Tommy's car with Mini Man playing, that was perfect. And I feel like that had to be 50 input right there, right? But nonetheless, let's talk about Raising Kanan. Raising Kanan, I really appreciate this show because it's giving you the backstory to who Kanan is and who he became to be, who he came to be, right? In Power, I couldn't stand Kanan. He was just so shiesty. He was so ruthless. And I'm like, man, this dude really trying to get Ghost up out of here, getting Ghost way. I ain't really liking. I'm like, get his ass out of here. Even though 50 was my favorite rapper during my childhood days, right? Nonetheless, we really see why Kanan is a shiesty dude because he come from a shiesty family, essentially. And we really see it in episode 2, right? Now, of course, y'all who watched the first episode, y'all know what's going on. Y'all know 50 and his friend D-Wiz are responsible for killing a young boy named Buck 20, who runs with a big dope dealer by the name of Unique, who always is super fly and fresh, might I add. He's played by Joey Badass, and stuff is getting hot in the streets for 50's mom and her crew, right? So at the beginning of the episode, we see 50's crush, Davina, fighting another young lady in Buck 20's honor. So of course it's some hood shit right here. The girl is telling Davina, I was messing with Buck 20 the other day before he got killed. He ain't care about you, he ain't love you. Buck 20 ain't shit. So she fighting and she's scrapping with the girl, and it's a whole big mess, right? And so while I'm watching this, I'm like, damn, is young Kanan, is somehow, some way, Davina's gonna find out that Kanan and his homie D-Wiz are responsible for Buck 20's death. And how is this gonna come about? Like, is she gonna be enraged? Is she gonna forgive him? Like, how is this gonna come into play, right? But I noticed something though, and let me tell you something. There are certain nuances to writing that you see, and some foreshadowing that can be concluded. At the end of the fight, we see Buck 20 and them really admiring, like, man, Davina got fighting skill. Not Buck 20. Kanan's friend Famous is admiring Davina's fighting skills and so on and so forth. Like, man, Davina can scrap. And then Kanan's homie D-Wiz is talking about how fine Davina is, and she the finest girl in school, and so on and so forth. So I'm like, hold on now. Is D-Wiz going to start having a crush on Davina, and it's going to lead to some turmoil and friction between him and Kanan, where they bump heads and stuff get ugly at some point? I don't know, man. D-Wiz, his future ain't looking too bright with that comment about how fine Davina is. Something gonna happen with D-Wiz. Something gonna happen that's gonna be maybe later on in the season. Something gonna happen when him and 50 fall off, or him and Kanan fall off, or something crazy gonna happen to him, right? I kept that noted in my memory, right? But let's fast forward. Kanan now has to be at the stash spot because he's a wanted man in these streets. People want Kanan gone. Now everybody doesn't know it's Kanan, but a lot of people do. No, they do know, right? And Rock, Kanan's mom, had to talk to Unique and say, hey, Unique, get off my boy. He like, look, I call my hitters off, but in reality, a lot of people love Buck 20. Buck 20 family ain't trying to hear that peace treaty, white flag talk. They want blood. They want a body for a body. And that's the real deal, right? You kill a young dude, a young street dude, somebody gonna want revenge for that, right? And Rock being his mom, she's doing a motherly thing. And that's where being a mother and being a drug dealer come into play. It really builds friction. There in the first episode, Unique talks about his love for his son and how his love ain't gonna never be the same as a mother's love because his son was not inside of his womb, like inside of his body, you know, in him, like Kanan was inside of Rock. So she's like, you know, you gonna love that boy in a whole different way. Excuse me. He's like, you gonna love that boy in a whole different way than how I love my son. And I'm like, damn, that's really, really true. But fast forward, right? We see Rock talking to Unique, and he like, look, hey, they gonna want blood. It is what it is. She knows her son is a wanted dude, so she like, we're gonna move him to the stash spot, keep him out of the way. But Kanan has an urge and an itch for being out in the streets. He want to run into he want to be in the streets. He want to be the young gunner. He really want to be in it for real, for real. His mom explains to him, look, you in it for real because you already responsible for that young man's death. But you need to sit your ass down, sit in here, do your homework, sit in here in this dope house or whatever, and stay out the way, right? But Kanan, like, I want to be more into it. And I'm looking like his urge to be into it gonna lead his family into some more BS. It's gonna lead them into some more drama, and eventually some stuff might start to rear its ugly head later on, right? Now we see Detective Howard, who was played by Omar Epps. He goes to see Unique while Unique getting fitted in some, man, dude be fitted out, man. Unique be having on some fly fits all the damn time. Shout out to Joey Badass because he killing his damn role. He got this shit down, like he playing it to a T. But nonetheless, man, Omar Epps goes to see Unique, and he tell Unique, I already knew, I got a funny feeling about Omar Epps in the first place. I'm like, this dude's shady. He crooked as hell. He know a lot, you know what I'm saying? And he just got a shiesty aura about him. And we come to see that it really is true. He know everybody selling drugs. He know it. He know that they doing it, and he cool with only one king. The thing is, he cool with one of them y'all selling drugs, but he feel like, oh no, two gonna create too many bodies. I want Rock out the way. He want Rock dead and gone. He want her finished, finito. He like, look, she got to be gone. Her crew got to be taken out. You can be the kingpin. So I'm like, well, damn, Omar Epps is really advocating for a pusher to really be out here supplying the drugs to the community, and he don't give a damn about it, even though he's in a role as a person who's supposed to protect and serve, and we see that all the time, crooked cops or whatever. We know the history of that in the United States and excuse me, in general, right? But Omar Epps, he don't give a damn about nothing going on. He just don't want the chief on his ass about kids dying for real, all back and forth, because he know the back and forth between him and Rock gonna produce more dead bodies, possibly between kids. He like, you can sell your drugs, you can deal dope all you want to. We got to get her out the way. I'm like, man, all right. So now we finna see the hunt for Rock and her crew is going to pick up, and it's going to start to, everything probably might start to unravel sooner than later. And why I say things may start to unravel, I think that Uncle Marvin could be a strong liability for Rock and her crew. His laissez-faire attitude, he want to party, he want to eat. Every time I see him, he's smacking, getting his eat on. He just want to have a good time. He ain't really too concerned or worried about not a damn thing unless his sister is making it a big concern, an issue of hers. I say, yeah. The way he's just so off the hinge and really don't really care about nothing, it's gonna get them in some trouble where Rock gonna have some other problems, because Uncle Marvin seems to not really, he's not as serious about things in the street business like Uncle Lulu is. He's not as serious about it like Uncle Lulu or Rock is. And I think they gonna start to have some tension, because Uncle Marvin gonna get them into a whole bunch of mess, right? And also when we see what's going on. We see Kanan hanging with his crew, Famous and D-Wiz. We see Uncle Lulu and Rock come around. They coming around giving them money to go do what they want to do, have a good time, and so on and so forth. And Uncle Lulu telling Famous, hey, tell your sister I said what's up. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, she don't really be around like that. That's what Famous tell Uncle Lulu. Uncle Lulu was like, well, damn, y'all live together. When y'all reach for the box of cereal in the morning, tell her I said what's up. He like, man, she don't really be eating cereal like that. I'm like, damn, I feel you, Famous. You don't want your damn sister getting into no bullshit with this drug dealing dude. You want your sister to stay far away from this dude. He like, look, stay your ass away from my sister. I'ma say whatever so you won't get into any dealings with my sister. Because it's obvious that Famous's sister likes Lulu a lot. You can tell from the first episode when he was getting shot at, and she like, ain't nobody protected me before, ain't nobody really stood up and protected me like this and like that. She's falling in love with the street dude. Famous like, hell no, my sister ain't going down that route. So look, Uncle Lulu, we ain't having no interactions with my sister. I ain't telling my sister nothing. I'm not playing messenger or Cupid for you on behalf to my sister on behalf of you. It's not happening. Uncle Lulu started to get pissed, And Rock calms him down, chill, 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 let it go, right? I'm looking at this and I'm starting to see a different side of Uncle Lulu. I'm like, I thought Uncle Lulu was going to be like a maybe like a ghost type of figure in this story. Now Ghost was shiesty, it had his shiesty ways too. But I'm looking like, damn, he getting mad. The young boy don't want him to tell his sister. He said, what's up? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. He started to get aggressive, like he wanted to do something to the young boy. I'm like, Uncle Lulu got a little darkness to him, right? Again, foreshadowing, great pen from Courtney Kemp and all them, right? I'm gonna say this too. Young Jukebox, the actress's name, her name is Haley Kilgore. She is killing her role as Jukebox. She got her mannerisms down all the way to the T. Her whole aura, her presence, her tough attitude, the way she's snappy and she talk crazy. Y'all know how Anika Noni Rose killed that role as Jukebox in the original Power. I couldn't stand Jukebox ass. I said, man, she gotta go. I wanted her to get murked so quick on original Power. I like, yeah, I ain't feeling her. Somebody gotta get her out of here. Y'all know I ain't even no violent dude for real. But I was just like, she just too much. The way she want Ghost dead and won't do something to Tariq. I ain't even like Tariq like that. I ain't even like Tariq. But I'm like, hell no, man. She shiesty as ever. She gotta go. But the girl Jukebox, the young Jukebox that's playing her, she got her down to a T. And now we see Jukebox transition into accepting the fact that she likes girls now, right? So she's exploring her sexuality, liking a young girl, the young Caucasian girl that she goes to school with. We see a sneak peek of Jukebox talent and why they call her Jukebox, because the girl can sing. She can blow, for real. She got vocals, no lie. And you know what's always interesting to me, how close Kanan and Jukebox, how close they are in this series. It becomes an interesting dynamic to know that Kanan later kills her. Now we know he had to get her up out of there because she was just too reckless. She was just too much of a liability. She was just too off the hand, so we knew it had to happen, right? And we're going to talk about Symphony and Rock's relationship, how it's developing, how they starting to really like each other, how, hey, they already got it in already. You know what I'm saying? And they feeling each other. And I'm like, now, Rock finna pull this boy that's straight and narrow into school, gonna pull him in his life of crime, even though he know what he's signing up for, but he don't really know. That's the thing. He know, but he don't really know. And when he get into it, I think he gonna get scared, and I think eventually it's gonna lead him into some stuff. And you see Uncle Marvin testing him, sizing him up about his sister. I thought that was an interesting thing. I'm like, maybe he trying to see, is he gonna be backing down from him? Is he gonna be scared? And how is they gonna come into play in their business when his sister is starting to like this young man who is essentially what everybody would think of as a square? Now let's get to the main thing that happened in this episode, right? I knew Uncle Lulu was on something, like I said, when I seen him get mad at Famous for not wanting to let his sister know. He said, what's up? Now we get to really see the shiestiness of this family. Earlier in the episode, later on in the episode, Rock tells Lulu, hey, you got to be on your Reggie Jackson tonight or something like that, right? For those who don't know, Reggie Jackson is a famous baseball player, right? He says you got to be on your Reggie Jackson. Meaning he got to hit a home run, a grand slam. He got to knock something out the park for her. Now, they keep Uncle Marvin out of the loop, and I'm like, that's interesting, too. They don't really trust Uncle Marvin and know what certain stuff is going on. Maybe they think he's going to try to play the good guy to stop stuff from happening. I don't know, right? But then I start, she leaves, Rock leaves. She tell Kanan, hey, I'm going out. You can invite D-Wiz over. Y'all can watch a movie, right? D-Wiz he becomes en route to come to Kanan's house. Uncle Lulu picks him up, tell him, look, we going out, we're going to have a good time tonight, it's going to be the best night of your life. He's like, I'm supposed to be hanging with Kanan. Oh, Kanan supposed to be there, right? He gets D-Wiz, I don't know if D-Wiz was a virgin, but he gets him to have sex with this pretty young lady, something that he would like. And D-Wiz is enjoying it. He's having a time of his life. He's enjoying being around Uncle Lulu. He think, oh man, this dope, this fly. When is Kanan going to be here? It's obvious that Kanan ain't coming at all. Kanan is still at home waiting on D-Wiz to come. He calling D-Wiz's house like, hey ma'am, is Derek on the way? I guess she telling him, hey, I thought he was already there. Kanan feel like, damn, something probably happened to my boy, but he don't know what's going on. I'm thinking the whole time that Uncle Lulu is trying to groom D-Wiz into being a shooter for them. So I'm thinking like, okay, damn. They probably trying to bring him into the game because they feel like, okay, he probably can be one of us. He got that cold-blooded nature in him. Flashback to the conversation that Rock was having with Kanan asking him, hey, you said D-Wiz. She's asking Kanan, you said D-Wiz brother just got out of jail, right? You said he got a lot of guns and stuff at the house. I'm thinking, man, maybe they trying to lean on D-Wiz and his brother to help be soldiers for them and soldiers for their crew. That's what I'm thinking. I ain't thinking nothing else just shiesty going on. At the end of the episode, we come to see, after D-Wiz done had the time of his life with Uncle Lulu kills D-Wiz. And then he calls Rock and says, home run or something that he said. Basically a baseball reference he made. I think he said home run. It was basically letting her know the job was done. And I said, damn, Rock shiesty as hell. It was all planned from the get-go. She wants to know, she was asking Kanan about if he got guns and all of that, to know if they do something to D-Wiz, is his brother going to come back with a vengeance? Is his brother going to come back and try to retaliate on them? Is he going to try to shoot up stuff? Do he got weapons to come at them with? Because they knew they was going to kill D-Wiz. And they were killing D-Wiz because they were afraid that maybe D-Wiz was going to tell something and let something slip. And, and stuff come back on their family. So that they tried to kill D-Wiz as early as they could so that he wouldn't be at risk of telling anything that went on. And I ain't gonna lie, even though Uncle Lulu is ruthless and shiesty, this is Rock's call. So Rock is just as overall shiesty as anybody. Now, while she may think she's protecting her son and all that, she really is really messed up that she killing her son's best friend and don't give a damn about it. And she don't give a damn. And really, I should have known something was fishy because she didn't ask nothing about D-Wiz's mother, how his mother was doing, or nothing like that. She just wanted to know about the brother and that they had guns. But I thought it was just really because she wanted D-Wiz to be muscle for them, right? And I thought maybe Kanan was picking up on that, and that's why he looked at his mama like, come on, ma, really? Right? But I thought they were trying to pull him into the game, but they killed the young brother, man. I'm like, damn, Kanan gonna find out his best friend dead. He gonna think somebody else did it that found out that Buck 20. He gonna think somebody found out him and Buck 20 had something to do with it, and they killed D-Wiz instead of his own damn mama. And I said, hey, this is where Kanan get that shiesty shit from. This is where he get it from. And Uncle Lulu starts tearing up when he's about to kill D-Wiz. And even though I knew he really ain't that as shiesty as he is shiesty, but he felt it bad about it because Rock said, I don't like it no more than you like it, when she talked about him being on his Reggie Jackson. Right? And I'm like, wow, man. This is really going to be a dope episode. It's a dope series. And the theme song to this is fire. That it's all part of the game. 50 always been cold at them hooks, man. And you see it once again with this amazing theme song. But I'm wondering what's going to happen with Uncle Marvin and the young white lady that's over the club. You know, the one they had the dog who had, the one Uncle Lulu had. Uncle Lulu had he put her dog in the microwave. Uncle Lulu was taking a liking to her, talking about don't nobody mess with his girl. I'm like, look how off the hinge he is. Stop gonna get into some drama because of Uncle Lulu, man. Uncle Marvin. Uncle Marvin is moving recklessly. He moving with a lot of reckless abandon. Is it abandonment or abandon? Y'all let me know. I forgot. But he gonna get them into some BS, man. But overall, great episode, great show. But again, I knew D-Wiz was gonna get killed at some point because I was like, damn, is he gonna start liking Davina too much and Kanan kill him or something? But it was some foreshadowing that he was gonna get killed in some way eventually, man. But this series is excellent. I'm enjoying it so far. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all subscribe to this channel. Come into the comments. Let me know what y'all think about the episode, the acting, and all of that, man. Machiavelli Mills TV. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Peace.